Hey guys, if you like the show and you want to help us out, you can visit our Patreon, patreon.com/fairytalepodcast. Hey everybody, we finally have an episode with Katelyn again.
Hello! Sorry.
It's all good. Okay, quick word of warning. We're going to be talking about a series that's on Anime Strike, but we can neither confirm nor deny that we watched it on Anime Strike.
Oh, I mean, I can confirm.
That's all I'm saying.
I couldn't find it anywhere else. It, whenever I try to watch it somewhere else, it, clicked open in a new window. And I was like, well, this is bullshit. So I did a free trial. Which, damn it, that expired yesterday.
Anime Strike is really... I don't have a lot of high opinions of Anime Strike. In fact, I've bashed Amazon for how they're basically sending people towards piracy.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Did you already do that one without me?
I don't... No, I haven't done that one.
Okay.
I did it at a panel.
Oh.
But I do want to... Yeah, I do want to sit down and talk with everyone about this and do an actual episode about it. Yeah. So if we can find the time.
Yeah, right. I'd be down, though.
So welcome back to the Fairy Tale Podcast. We're doing a special episode towards the end of the year. We're going to talk about a show that I've wanted to talk about for a while, which is Welcome to the Ballroom, or Ballroom e Yokuze. Or e Yokuzo. Why did I say Yokuze? That's weird. Anyway, I'm Richie Roberts.
I'm Katelyn Shacklock.
Yay! And we're going to talk about ballroom dancing because it's an awesome anime. Ballroom dancing, the anime. Why not? Because everything else competitive is an anime.
It's
Why
true.
not ballroom dancing?
Well, and it is a sport.
It is. And to be fair, when I initially heard that, I was like, really? Wow, they'll make an anime out of anything. But it's
kind of true,
just
though.
as I expected, they took something that I initially thought was going to be pretty lame and made it seem awesome.
Okay, so you're saying you're Chinatsu-chan, right? Tyler's coming home, so there's going to be sounds.
I mean, why do I gotta be the orange-haired girl?
She was one of my favorite characters, but also, because she said that it was lame. Hello, dog.
Well, at first I thought it was going to be lame, and then it turned out to be really cool. But that was just initially me going, really? Ballroom dancing?
I mean, I really liked Dancing with the Stars when that was a thing. I mean, it's still a thing, but I don't watch it anymore.
I watched a couple of them. I didn't really get that big into it. My parents
loved it. It was so fun. I was like, man, I want to dance like that.
Into Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. I did never learn to dance like that. I can waltz.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I learned... Anything that I saw that made me wish I had learned ballroom dancing was from the movie Take the Lead with Antonio Banderas.
That's a good one. That's a good movie. I've seen that one. I've seen a lot of dancing movies. Yeah. That's really what we need to ask me, is if I've seen the dancing movies, not the other movies that everybody else has seen. It's the dancing movies, because I've seen those ones.
Well, what was really interesting was when I finally got to meet Dante Bosco. I didn't talk to him about Zuko. I didn't talk to him about Hook. No, I talked to him about those sweet dance moves that he pulled off in Take the Lead. Uh-huh. He was like, he looked over at his handler, his agent or something. He was like, I told you I got moves. And I was like, yeah.
It's true. Who knows how long you have to practice to get them, but you got them.
You should probably start this off because it's fresher in your memory than it is.
It's true. I did finish it at 2:00 today. So.
I haven't watched it in over a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now.
Oh.
Because I watched it episodically, and whenever it was that the last episode came out, I watched the last episode. That's when I watched the last episode.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling me after it was done. It's like you know me or something.
I don't binge watch. Yeah, I know. I don't binge watch like some people on the podcast.
Okay, but binge watching is the best. I want to talk about Ancient Magus Bride, but not for 14 more weeks, because there's still 14 more episodes to come out. I haven't even watched any of it. I just am obsessed with the opening. But that's not about this.
I watched it when the first 2 episodes came out last year.
Last year?
Yeah, it was either the beginning of the year or it was last year or the end of last year when the first 2 episodes dropped, and then there was nothing for a long time. And I was like, okay, I forgot all about it. And then suddenly the rest of the episodes started coming out, and everybody's like, oh my god, this story! And I'm like,
that's
wait,
super weird.
This thing has been around for almost a year. How are people just now talking about it?
That's super weird. But that's not this. That's not Welcome to the Ballroom. So,
Mm-mm.
I mean, do you want me to explain what it is?
Yeah, sure.
Or
give your thoughts, your opinions. Tell people why you liked it. Sum it up. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, so here's the thing.
This is essentially your episode.
Unpopular opinion, maybe, between the two of us. I like the characters. I like the story. I didn't like anything else.
You didn't like the dancing?
I mean, so I don't know if I have unrealistic expectations because of Yuri on Ice, but like the dancing wasn't pretty. Like ballroom dancing is supposed to be pretty to me. Like, and like I could understand if so. I guess for those that haven't watched it, there is this kid who kind of feels lost in life, and then within the first episode, he finds his calling, basically, which is a lot faster than of the other coming-of-age stories. Normally, you have to wade through, like, 13 episodes, and then you're like, haha! I found it! But so this kid sort of accidentally stumbles on ballroom dance, and it turns out he learns really, really quickly, and he's actually kind of got a knack for it, so he progresses much more quickly than anybody would have thought.
He only learns really quickly when he's able to watch other people.
He can't,
when they're trying to explain stuff,
he can't figure
terrible.
It out. That's true. So he, like, they talk about his body having, like, a sense of it, but, like, if he starts thinking about it, his head doesn't keep up with what his body already knows.
He gets overwhelmed by overthinking things.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's sort of the basics, right?
Slow
You've
head,
got
fast
this kid.
body.
Yeah. And so they enter competitions, which are a thing, and I didn't actually know that this is how they worked. I assume that this is how it actually works, and like, it's got a bunch of technical terms and stuff, which I thought was really cool, but I could understand if they didn't animate him as pretty as, like, they talked about how, Hyodo was a great dancer, and, Kugimiya and all these people are these beautiful dancers, but it's just like, oh man, this is awful. And I realized that when things are animated, they, at least I think, try to keep it in the style that it's originally drawn in. So like, that I understand, but like, the art, I couldn't, oh man, it was not my everything was really sharp, and when things got really intense, it got really sketchy and kind of scary looking instead of just intense. I don't know.
To me, it just felt like they were trying to save the animation budget.
Maybe. I didn't like it. It was not pretty. And like I said, Yuri on Ice is pretty. Like, all of the skating that they animate is pretty, and like the way it's supposed to look. And this one was just like, sometimes you only see feet, and the feet make a lot of sound.
To be fair, the whole point of Yuri on Ice was to sell merch to yaoi fangirls.
I mean, that's fair. I saw somebody in a Plisetski shirt. We went to a play today, and I saw somebody that had a Plisetski, like, jersey. And I was like, oh, I know where that's from! I got excited about it.
You always get excited when you recognize... You're like, I know that thing!
Yeah, because I don't ever know anything. I spent 2.5 years with you guys being like, I don't know what that is. I should, but I don't.
Well, now we're covering a lot more anime, so hopefully...
Yeah, maybe I'll catch up. But like, that was
drag you into the worlds of My Hero Academia and One Punch Man very soon.
I finished One Punch Man. It was hilarious. Yay! I did finish it.
Yes,
finally.
It was.
Like
the manga's still going on. The manga's still going on, so keep you might want to keep checking that out.
Yeah, so there's a manga for Welcome to the Ballroom. Is it finished?
No. Here's the funny thing.
Anime finished at a pretty good spot.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing. The final episode of the anime, and where that everything goes in the manga, the mangaka has admitted that the two are going to be vastly different.
Oh, okay.
So how it ended in the anime is not how it's going to go in the manga, because that particular part of the story is the only part that had not been written.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's filler. The end is filler.
Yet. So that's she gave them... Well, no, it's just an alternate ending.
Oh, well, that's fair. I like the way it ended in the anime.
Yay, anime.
But, yeah, the art style was not something I could get on board with, and I just spent 24 episodes being like, why is this worse than I expect it to be? Like, and there were times where I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good, and then they'd start dancing, and I was just like, oh, no, dang it. It's not good anymore.
It's good until they start dancing. Too bad it's an anime about dancing.
I know, right? And so, like, it just kind of looked like Tatara and Chi-chan were just mostly spinning, and, like, Kugimiya and, his partner, who is Ito somebody.
I can't help you with that. I don't remember their names.
I know, but, like, they're, like, doing a lot of, like, fancy footwork and, like, moving around a lot, and, like, Hyodo makes these huge moves, and, like, it's just, like, I mean,
can I just point out that
anime,
this is literally the fancy pants anime? Like, people wear fancy pants.
It is the fancy pants. I really liked when Hyodo was is in the very last episode, or the second to last episode, when Hyodo's drying his pants, his fancy pants, because he didn't want to wear them because they were sweaty. And Tatara's like, but I want to dry my tailcoat. And he's like, well, just use your spare. And Tatara's like, I don't have one. Like, I pay for my lessons myself. I don't have one. But it's just, yeah, I couldn't. That, and there was this one sound that, like, there's all these clacking of the shoes and the heels, right, as they're tapping along. And then they'd, like, spin, and you hear this, like, banana peel slip sound. It was like, and I was like, I associate it with comedy. And I was like, why is this happening right now? And it was all the time. So, like, and I know this is nitpicky. But I just, like, couldn't. I was just like, this is terrible. What is happening? But I did love the characters.
It's okay to get the cons out of the way before you talk about the pros.
It's true. I'm sorry. It is a good anime. It's totally worth watching. These were my, like, weird things about it. And and it's like, it's not even,
and
let
us know
content.
Out there if you agree with some of her opinions on that. I'm curious.
Am I alone?
Post in the comments.
Yeah, but I like I don't really know that much about dancing, so I feel like I learned a lot of technical stuff, which was super cool. I kind of wonder if, like, the four-legged
that's
illusion...
the thing I love the most. That's the thing I love the most about, like, sports anime like that, especially, like, if it's something that I don't know a lot about.
Mm-hmm.
So when I jumped into, like, tennis anime or volleyball anime, I learned so much about the sport.
Right.
Which is why I like those anime so much, which... I don't know, man. I'm thinking for Katelyn's next review, she should watch all 3 seasons of Haikyuu.
I think I've only watched the, like, 12 that we watched before KaiCon.
Oh, man. Yeah, there's 25 episodes in season 1 and 2, and then 10 episodes in season 3.
Excuse me, what? Why? Oh, why 10? Is it not done?
Well, technically, season 3 is all about the finals, the regional finals before the national tournament. So they're fighting the it's basically they're fighting, like, the top team, like one of the top 3 teams in Japan. It takes 10 episodes. So
sure.
Yeah. It's all
they're
one
fighting.
match. It's a 5-set match in 10
yes.
episodes. And yeah. There we go.
It's like 2 episodes a game.
Okay, sure.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. I mean, you're wrong in how they did it, or maybe they're wrong, but yeah, something like that. I don't know what to say now. Just watch Haikyuu. You'll love it. I want to hear your review of it.
Okay.
Since you have time.
I do. I have to go back to work on Tuesday, but I can watch it.
Well, that's plenty of time. You and Tyler will very much enjoy it.
Well, I will
make Tyler watch volleyball.
I should.
Tyler watch volleyball.
Maybe we can watch that. We were going to watch Wonder Woman, but maybe we could watch that instead.
Oh, no. Watch Wonder Woman as well.
No, he got me Wonder Woman for Christmas.
I know, right? That's such a good gift.
I know, right?
I'm getting my Christmas presents tomorrow. That's right.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, I got my parents got me like 2 little Visa gift cards, and they didn't come in until the 26th. And then I went on Amazon and I ordered a couple things.
Oh, nice.
And so volumes 9 and 10 of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? The light novels are going to be showing up here tomorrow. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did, minus those things that I spent like 5 minutes describing. I did like the anime. The characters were cute. I got a little choked up. Not at the end.
You know she liked it. You know she liked it if she remembers so many of their names.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's not that many characters.
Because normally, if you don't care about a character, you won't remember their name.
It's true.
Yeah.
Also, I did just watch it this morning, but I did. What I thought was interesting is that Gaju, the guy with the mullet, terrible mullet. I liked his character development because he starts out this horrible asshole, and then he's like one of Tatara's biggest, like, not fans, but like he's like, you can do it, And then there's Hyodo, who's super like helpfully unhelpful. like all of the things that he tries to say to help don't help immediately or at all. But he's like, I tried. That's all
like
you can ask.
Like that
That's all
moment
you can
where
ask
he
of
tried
me.
to fix his muscles in his back, and
Yes.
it just made things epically worse.
Though it did make it better in the end. But I like that he was like, yeah, I tried an experiment and it failed. And Shizuru and Mako were like, excuse me? What? This is the finals. Why would you do that? And he's like, But their looks of death were great. And like, I like that Chi-chan is so feisty. And like, I thought it was interesting that like, she couldn't lead because she had spent so much time following.
Strike that, reverse it. She couldn't follow because she'd spent so much time leading.
You're right. She couldn't follow because she spent so much time leading. It's what I meant to say, but didn't say.
Slysdexia, you bastard.
And then, like, Tatara being sort of inept at leading because he follows his partner in his lead. Like, he tries to lead in a way that the partner would like. I don't know. It was interesting, and I don't know if you can actually, like, tell all
I
of
think
that
they were
from...
both... I think they were wearing I think both of them were just wearing the wrong outfit. Plus, I'd loved it. I think Tatara would look adorable in a dress.
Oh, man. With his slick back hair?
Mm-hmm.
So good.
So good.
But yeah, I liked the dresses.
That's the problem. Too. They're in the wrong roles.
I mean, they did do that, right? Where like when she was leading, they danced really well. When Tatara was following, it was like, oh, okay, right? That's weird. But yeah, I don't know. What did you think?
I thought it was really, really cute, but a lot of the stuff that I wanted to say, I've probably forgotten at this point.
That's
because
part of the reason I kept
time.
texting you. That's part of the reason I kept texting you, was so that I didn't forget things like that I like Hyodo the most because he's such a weirdo, and that Kugimiya is terrifying. I looked it up. He's apparently 21 or 22, and he's so gaunt and scary. And then you've got the like Banshee.
Isn't that the guy on... Wait, which one is that? Who's the one on the motorcycle?
That's Sengoku. I love that you meet
Sengoku is my favorite, just because...
amazing.
Just because I can't remember if they did it in the anime. I saw them do it in the manga, but essentially the kids that were picking on Tatara in the first episode, he gave them fake money and they went to go have a meal, and then they got in trouble and got arrested for disturbing the peace.
That's so
because
funny.
they tried to pay with their
anime.
meal with fake money.
That is not in the anime. That is so funny.
That is so funny. Yeah, he essentially gave them fake money, and when they tried to pay for a meal, they got in trouble, and the police came and called their parents. Goodness. Oh my god, it was hilarious.
That's hilarious. I just like that.
That sums up Sengoku right there.
It really does, though. Like, I mean, you meet him, and he's the one on the motorcycle, and like being a badass, and then you meet his partner, who is amazing and adorable, and I just love her.
Later.
And she's the one, and he's in the cart on the side, and she's driving the motorcycle. I'm just like, oh, who really wears the pants in this relationship? Apparently not Sengoku. But Yeah.
Which is so funny because he comes off as such a dominant personality.
Oh, he totally is.
That you would think it would be him riding the motorcycle. Nope, she's riding the motorcycle.
Right? Yeah. So I do like the characters, and I like that there's kind of a villain, but not really. He's just sort of an asshole. And like domineering. It's scary. Seriously though.
And I really felt sorry for I can't remember their name, but the team that came in second.
Yeah, that's Kugimiya. That's what I'm talking about.
Kugimiya.
He's the one that got hit by a truck, and he looks like he doesn't ever eat. He's so gaunt and so... His features are also severe. He's so scary. He's so scary. Just like aesthetically.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
Stay tuned for 2018 when we have a review of Haikyuu by Katelyn, and maybe one of My Hero Academia from Katelyn, which is one that I think she'd find very cute.
Probably. I have seen it, and I've been meaning to watch it. I haven't put it in my queue yet, which means I might actually watch it. Things in my queue don't get watched.
2 seasons. There's 2 seasons right now. Season 3 will be next year, so you might want to at least get through season 2 so you can be current for a moment before season 3 comes out.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit. Just for a moment. Funimation grabbed it and they dubbed it, and one of my favorite characters, Suyu, who's the frog girl character.
That makes sense.
She's adorable, and she's voiced by Monica.
So, that's adorable. What is
so Mira Jane frog? Is in Japanese?
Yes.
Kairu.
Okay. So why do I think that Suyu makes... Nope. Suyu, not Suyu. Oh! Suyu. I got it. I figured it out. It's Inuyasha.
Okay.
There's the Frog Prince.
I'm sorry. No, there's also just the funny thing of, like, I've been watching a lot of old One Piece episodes, and you go, "Ow!" and you said it like Frankie from One Piece. It's like, "Oh, super!" Just like immediately my head went to Frankie. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, but there's the Frog Prince, and then there's Princess Suyu, and so Suyu, I was like, oh, of course, she's the frog girl, obviously. And then I was like, no, that's not the word for frog. I don't know what that word is. That's okay. The things your brain does when it's not really thinking.
But yes, okay. Getting to wrapping up this review. Would you recommend this to others to check out? And if you had to put it on a rating scale, what would you give it?
Oh, well, that's okay. So I would definitely
7.5 out of 10. Like, what is it?
The thing is, I would definitely recommend it for the characters and the story and everything. But like, I just would slap a disclaimer on it. Like, if you're expecting it to be pretty because it's about dancing, it's just not. So probably I would give it like a 7, maybe a 6.
I'm not going to go so low as the 6. Like, I understand the art, but I think that the story and the characters and everything are so good that it shouldn't drive it down that much.
I know. So part of it also is
the story, the characters, and how everything develops, like, just on its own.
Yeah.
No, it's true,
but like I did spend so much time being like, man, this is not pretty, not cute. Also, I was kind of disappointed because, so the first, I mean, there's all sorts of anatomy issues. They got really weird, like, stretchy necks and swivelly backs, and it's like, no, okay. But the first opening...
The body doesn't move this way!
Yeah. The first opening was irritating. Something about checking my toe. It was, like, a line in the opening, and I was like, I can't deal with how dumb that sounds. But the second opening was phenomenal, and there's that scene where they're dancing in the rain, and it didn't happen, and I was really kind of sad about it, because I was like, that's awesome! Like, that is a super cool scene. I was expecting when they were at the camp to, like, have them bond over the rain, and, like, they just, like, hate each other, but, like, they're feeling really, like, I don't know. It didn't happen, and I was, the way it did in my head.
Lastly but not least, do you ship them?
Oh, absolutely. I love her father. He was like, thanks for putting Chi in a dress. Now I'm counting on you for the wedding dress. And I was like, yes! The dad is the best! I love her dad. Where, like, he was like, they totally won. And her mom was like, well, I mean, we don't know that yet. And he was like, well, I mean, if the parents don't believe in their child, who else is going to? I was like, he's got a good point. But Chi's father was hilarious. He was just like, #1 fan, biggest supporter, and he was so cute. And all of her tiny siblings were so cute. I do like one thing about the art.
Thanks for finally putting her in a dress. I love that line.
I know, right? But one thing about the art I did like is that the lady's eyelashes were so, like, swoopy. Also, I didn't like Gaju's eyelashes for the same reason. They were swoopy on the top and the bottom. It just made his eyes look like a rhombus. I was like, why is your face so pointy? But yeah, I think if I was concentrating more on the art, I would give it a 6. If I concentrate more on the story, I'd give it like a 7.5.
Okay, there we go. I give it a 7.5 as well. I didn't have nearly as much to say on this one, mostly because there had been so much of a lag between the last time I'd watched it. So, that's why I told you immediately that's what I'm going to start doing. Like, anytime I find a really good anime that I think you'll like, I'm just going to tell you right as it ends. I'm like, hey, this awesome anime ended today. Go watch it.
I mean, you could probably tell me, like, if there's 24 episodes, you could probably tell me a few weeks in advance, because I had a lot more time off than I normally do.
Okay.
To watch it.
Gotcha.
Because I've had almost a full 2 weeks off work. And that's not normal. So, the speed with which I watch the show is more than usual.
The good news for you is that when, if you actually want to sit down and do a review of Ancient Magnus Bride, I haven't watched anything past the first 2 episodes that were a long ways ago.
Yeah.
Either. So whenever we do start to sit down and watch it, it'll be pretty fresh in our minds.
It's true. So I'll watch it and be like, okay, I have, 4 episodes left. It'll take me a week to watch. And then we can talk about it next week.
I was expecting you to say, I have concerns. And I'm like, well, surprise.
Concerns. Well, no,
concerns.
I mean, like I said, I don't know enough about it, about dancing, to be like, yeah, no, I had some concerns about the way that this was done and this was explained and all that. I thought it was great. I didn't have any concern except about the art.
We're going to wrap it up here. Please make sure to check out all the other stuff that we do on, when we're actually putting out content on the regular, which we haven't been doing for several months. And I'm sorry about that. I mean, the only thing that we can say for sure is that we've been trying to keep it as up to date as we possibly can with Ruby Volume 5. Walker and I, when there's a new episode that comes out, we try and do a review of it the very next day on Sunday, and then put that up on Sundays on Patreon, and the day after it comes out, and then a week later when it comes out publicly, the day after it comes out publicly, we put up our review on SoundCloud and YouTube. But patrons get it first, so become a patron.
Yeah!
Alright. That's it for us. I'm Richie. This is Katelyn. Good night, everybody.
Or I guess bye, rather.